Horse Girls
International. Yep, that's right. We are back to talk more about Cinderella Gray. This time we are going to do the Japan Cup arc. Yep. So we're talking about the international race and all of the new foreign Umas.
Yeah, we are.
With some domestics involved as well. So,
of course.
I'm Zach.
I'm Shawn.
Welcome to Two Low Key Weebs, and we're going to jump right in. Okay, first and foremost, I want to say thanks to everyone who has joined us on this journey of learning Uma more. We got a ton of comments. I got a ton of corrections. I was a total mess last episode. I probably will be this one too, but I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everyone who commented. All of the support, all of the extra info. There's so much to take in, and I feel like I couldn't have imagined a better welcome to a community.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely wild, but we were dumbfounded and ecstatic.
Yes, we were. I mean, like, everyone's been great, so we appreciate it. If you haven't yet, giving us a subscribe is a huge help. Anytime you comment, anytime you give us more lore, it makes us feel like the time we put in is really worth it.
Yeah, because I know Zach needs the corrections, but I just want more lore.
And I'm always happy to have it. So moving forward, we're going to be regularly posting some Uma stuff. Slowly but surely, We're going to learn everything there is to learn. I think eventually culminating in, one of these days I'd like to live stream us first interpreting the horse races. Like, maybe once we're done
with the actual.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking maybe we could live stream Oguri's races at some point in the future. I lie a lot, but that's a goal. That's a soft goal.
It's not a lie until it doesn't happen.
Exactly. And I've got hopefully a long life to live. So, but in general, we're going to keep watching. If you've got suggestions for what to watch next, let us know. So
Absolutely.
Today we're just I was going to do the whole second core, but I feel like that's an injustice for the amount of time we like to put into each video, for the length we like videos to be.
Right.
So we're going to do the Japan Cup arc, and I don't know the name of the next arc. But we're doing that arc for another video.
Yes.
I loved this arc so much.
It's so good.
So this is my whole first experience with just watching. I had watched a little bit of season 1, but I'm loving Cinderella Gray so much.
Oh yeah.
And this arc has been my favorite so far. I've been so hyped. So first thoughts. This is 1000% I've seen this setup delivered this way 100 times. This is just straight up delivered initially as a shonen tournament arc.
I'm here for an Uma tournament.
They introduce a bunch of new threats that look cool. It's a new power set, or it's a new way to intimidate. It's something like that. The whole thing just feels like the intro to a tournament arc, which I'm about. I am completely about it. I love every international horse's design.
They're so good.
They're so good. They have such different personalities and still are somehow like sweethearts at heart. They all end up having their moment. My first thoughts watching this season. So when I was watching the first core, I was really pushing it. I was tired. So that might be why I didn't connect, but I feel like I connected a lot more with the interactions between the coaches and the Umas, especially when you're looking at Tama and, do you know her coach's name?
Oh yeah, it's Kamiyama.
Kamiyama?
And then, Masami.
And then when you have Super Creek and her coach, and then just Musaka in general, I just love Musaka.
Musaka's great.
So I think starting this video off, I just want to give my first thoughts on all the international horses, and then the other new intro, which I do want to say, shame on me, because last episode I said Marzinski. I had mistaken for Super Creek, having played the game, and I was dead wrong. And thank you for the correction and being so polite about it. But Super Creek is, I think, our first new intro in this season.
Yeah, she gets a prominent feature.
And first thoughts of Super Creek was just I wrote in my notes, is Super Creek best girl?
It's a valid conversation to have.
She's so sweet, and I loved it because her first intro is the reporters are just talking about how she's just losing like crazy, and they're talking about it being a miracle that she could end up winning her next race, and then of course she crushes it. Shawn also told me that she carries a bag with her just in case for first aid, because she was glass boned. She had glass bone disease, right?
Sure, let's go with that.
That's
I don't know that for certain. I just know, or at least I'm pretty sure, the more I say it, the more I doubt myself out loud. But the bag she wears while she races with is filled with first aid.
Well, because she was weak at first. That's what they did say, is that she couldn't race because all of her bones were weak, and now they're not. And so when she now she can just go hard, and she ends up winning a race against all odds. It was a miracle. And Super Creek, just like initially, the worst thing about Uma Musume is I want everyone to win. There are it's just like every time they introduce me to someone new or even the existing ones, it's just like they're all racing together. I'm just I
want all of them to win.
Can we all just hold hands
and cross the line together?
Exactly. Which Obey Your Master said they should do. That is an exact quote. She said, "Let's hold hands and cross the line together." But she was just like mad messing with Tama. So like that first part, everything was Super Creek, 10 out of 10. Love Super Creek. My second thoughts on this season is I liked Belno. Belno is a great character. I love Belno now. Belno in this like whole arc just delivers. And from the start, let's take a quick step back. I wanted to point out that the way they introduced all the new horses, chef's kiss. Because they went through Fuji, the reporter, as like their way of introducing each of these horses, and like you get to see their personality in the way that they react with the reporter. And so the first one was, I loved her name too, Moonlight Lunacy.
Yes.
Moonlight Lunacy just like steps on his foot because he was just he was like, hey, after losing real bad last time, she stomps on his foot and says, Fuji, show some class. So she's very prim and proper and like stomps on his foot. And I just love that he is awestruck by her, and the fact that like even after stomping on his foot and he's on the ground, he's just like, oh, you remember me. Our second intro was Michelle, My Baby. And so he rolls up on her playing basketball because apparently that's a big part of her thing. It's even part of her Uma uniform, but it's just like her whole jam is she's just standing around there being jacked. Like Michelle, My Baby is so ripped and it's awesome. One of my few like, what's the word for that? Demerits to the show is I feel like every one of these horse girls should have legs thicker than my waist.
Yeah, realistically.
But like, I love the jacked look, and she literally dunks on him.
Yes.
Like,
that's my favorite part of her intro.
Which really adds to her character later in how the American horses race. I love the American horses are just menaces, and it's very beautiful and it's very American. And one for better or worse.
Yeah. Michelle, My Baby's just a loud brute.
She is, and that's like even her racing style. I have a bunch of sidebars today because I was not very eloquent last time, and I love the pitter patter of footsteps. Well, no, it's just they do like right down to their running style. Mm-hmm. Each horse each Uma runs so uniquely from the other. The sound of their feet on different racetracks. It's like I could listen to it to go to sleep. Oh, 100%. Like
you're real dialed in. I'm bad about that.
I'm making up for lost time because I was a little ashamed of how off I was for the last one, and this one I'm just like I'm really like trying to soak it in, and that's part of the reason we're only doing one arc is because I really wanted to bathe in it. You know, I wanted to bathe in the sounds, the sights.
Okay.
And so like things like that, I was really noticing. I love how much they can show. How do you draw in a way that you can show exhaustion? I feel like it's actually very similar to like when they draw someone really old, because like being old is exhausting. And so, but it's just like right down to how exhausted they look, the sounds, everything. It's so immersive in the way that they can do all of these things. On to the next horse though. Tony Bianca was second to last. So was it Ellerslie?
You've watched this more recently than I have. I unfortunately haven't.
But you need to help me with names.
Oh, yeah.
Ellerslie, right?
Ellerslie Pride, the horse from New Zealand.
The New Zealand horse, love her design. She could be anything.
My favorite design.
She has a scar on her face, but it's not necessarily intimidating. I feel like that this design could play anywhere from a kindergarten teacher to a Yakuza.
Or a Yakuza kindergarten teacher.
Which I think is probably a show. Let's be real.
At the very least, it's a manga out there somewhere.
I'd read it, though. Let us know. Throw it in the comments. But I think her design is one of my favorites. Like, I really, really love Obey Your Master. I said it in the last episode, even before watching it. I'm doubling down. Obey Your Master is the best new character introduced.
CIA operative, Obey Your Master.
And I could also see that happening. That's just like, because she plays like it. And like, I think that they're actually just using Obey Your Master to cause international discourse.
Probably.
That's what it is.
Discourse or Discord?
Sure. I don't know the difference.
Porque no los dos?
Okay, Discord is an app that people talk on, right?
I hate you.
But yeah, so
I hate you
Ellerslie,
so much.
I feel like doesn't get enough of a play in this. She comes off as intimidating. She drops a bell on the reporter's head.
Yep.
I don't know if it's on accident or not, but it's just everyone hates the reporter, and I love that. I really like Fuji, and he's just he's just woven into this story perfectly.
He's a good punching bag.
He is. He ends up meeting Tony Bianca, who is like, I feel like she's essentially the British Rudolph, but
Italian.
Probably Italian. Okay, the European Rudolph.
I could be wrong. I know she won the Italian Arc de Triomphe race Grand Prix.
Sure. I mean, you guys will help,
Correct
right? You'll help us. But and her intro is, it's just Fuji asks her what her plans are, and she's just like, simple, I'm gonna win. You know, it's
That's what a champion says.
I think I can't remember if they call her the Empress and I literally watched this last night. I'm like, I took it all in. I remembered a lot of names, so cut me some slack.
You remembered a lot more names than usual.
I'm trying, guys. But she's just aura. I mean, she just doesn't give a fuck. Even like when she's training.
And a sick hat, too.
She has such a sick hat. That's like my first, like, I'm like, sick hat, sick hair, love her. She, even like when she's training, she's just jogging, just kind of getting a feel for like just keeping spry, but she isn't even like training hard before the races, because like she knows she's got it in the bag, but she doesn't. So that's just like all of your intros. I am gonna spoil this whole arc, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it. You deserve it.
Go watch it again.
Life's hard, and you deserve this because it's good.
It's short. You can watch
it. Good.
You can watch it 2 or 3 times in a day.
5 episodes, I think this arc is.
Watch it 2 or 3 times.
Watch it 2 or 3 times. So yeah, that's our intro to everyone, except the reporter cannot find Obey Your Master. And so the reporter goes to talk to Musaka.
There you go.
Yeah, buddy. So it goes to talk to Musaka and trying to get an interview with Cap or info about Cap. And he offers info on the international horses as a trade. And Musaka hates Fuji. And we know this because he tells him it to his face. Like, he like pulls no punches. And this is where I am first, and again, to go with my notes, Belno's still a gem, because he's like, Belno, get the purification salt. As soon as he shows up, and Belno comes back with a giant rock salt, which which Musaka then promptly, I'm assuming, throws at Fuji's face. They showed off screen. They talk when Cap comes back. She says, "Oh, Fuji's here," and Musaka's like, "Yeah, but we took him out with the trash," and he's like literally just thrown in the dumpster, or with a bunch of garbage. And so like that's your like intro to this whole arc. You get the setup for all of these terrifying racers, and then Fuji coming through to talk to Musaka got him wanting some more info, because he just doesn't trust the press. He's like, it's all going to be biased.
Correct.
So he's like, Belno, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do recon.
So she dons her reporter outfit,
which is like, again, little touches. So she throws on like a newsy hat, and then she has like a bag that she tucks her tail in. So she just looks like the press and not like an Uma. And then just does interviews. And she brings up these amazing dossiers. Like
I don't know if the Japanese press has the equivalence of a Pulitzer, but Belno deserves the Pulitzer.
Yeah, let's give it to her, because I mean, as an amateur, these dossiers were amazing. I'm 100% sure she did a better job than Fuji. Love you, Fuji, but you're wrong. And then she also can't find Obey Your Master and then just stumbles upon her with her face buried in the ground.
It's my favorite intro.
So Obey Your Master is, in my humble opinion, the right kind of unwell. At least that's how she introduces. And then honestly, like even by the end of it,
she's still unwell.
She's the right kind of unwell.
She's still unwell.
Obey Your Master is my favorite character from the International. So when Belno first meets her, she is a very ditzy, I guess in this case, it would be a Valley girl.
Yeah.
Because she's American.
Yes.
So she's just a super Valley girl. And so Belno starts talking English to her, but Obey Your Master does know Japanese. So she starts talking to her and then immediately calls her out saying like, hey, Belno. So I know that, well, first of all, she weirds Belno out. Belno starts walking away just because she's being a weirdo, but then she gets serious and she's like, yeah, well, I know that that Oguri is practicing this way. She's changed things up this way. I know who you are. I know who Musaka is. And like,
CIA operative, obey your master.
CIA operative, obey your master. And I understand Belno's a sweet girl, but that girl's shook too easy. I mean, like, all that Obey Your Master said was like, hey, I know what's up. And Belno is like saw a ghost. She's terrified.
Just suddenly afraid that Obey Your Master is going to like burn down her house.
But also, when you present in a certain kind of unwell way, I do also get that. Like, and she's from America. For all Belno knows, she has a gun on her. You know? So... I mean, not to feed stereotypes, but come on.
I mean, they did give Taiki Shuttle guns.
Taiki Shuttle, not only did they give her guns, she is a championship sharpshooter.
Yes. So, yeah, they definitely aren't afraid of leading into stereotypes.
Two more side notes. Okay, so kind of how the Fate series, which I really want to do more content on that. Fate series has a show called Fate Grand Carnival, which is literally just like a slice of life offshoot.
Okay.
I want that for the Umas where it's just like we see their day job. Okay, well, I think the racing is their day job, but there's so many Umas that like do other things, and I just want a season of them living their lives when they're not racing, because like you've got a sharpshooter, you've got an idol, like an actual idol.
Yeah.
Gosh, what are the other? There's so many of them that have different jobs.
Curran Chan is an influencer. Social media influencer, I believe. Yeah, I'm trying to think of their stuff now that I'm blanking out because we weren't prepared for this.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I hit you with that. Well, now we will know because they have to open it now, right? They got to make that show. And then the one other thing that call the president of the Umas, call Simboli Rudolph, and let them know that. All right, if you're familiar with a show called Cardcaptor Sakura, I don't know if it's just a one-season thing. More shows need to do this, but specifically Uma Musume. So at the end of at least a season or every episode, they do a fit check for the characters. This character's wearing this, and like even there was one for one of I think her brother was wearing a school uniform, and they broke everything down. When you have this much lore into every costume, please end every episode of future Uma Musume with a breakdown of the fit for a Uma and like what it means, because I think the whole world needs that.
That'd be a dope way to end every manga chapter too, because I know there's a manga.
Yeah, well, like that's just like you get the I'm trying to think like what you call not the fluff pieces, but like look at Bleach. Bleach does so many like
drip
spreads.
panels.
The drip panels. That's what it is. Drip panels. I would love drip panels in everything involving Uma. But moving forward with the rest of this, I think I'm done with my sidebars. I just had to say my piece.
He's lying to you.
I'm easily distracted. So yeah, Belno's shook, and she goes back and gives her dossiers to Musaka. And so really we know nothing about Obey Your Master. She's a sleeper, she's weird, and she's lovely. Okay, so the players are set, and I don't remember if this was a mishmash between episode ending or like in the race, but I'm just going to give a breakdown of Obey Your Master's whole backstory. And at the end of one of the episodes, I think it's at the end of the episode where Belno's doing recon, it shows Obey Your Master, and she's just like being real well in a room with pictures of everyone. Well, really, it's Oguri, because the only ones she was worried about was Oguri and then Tama.
Yeah.
Tama-chan. And she's just being a little unhinged there. And
she hits a ballet dance.
Yeah, she does, doesn't it? It's cute. I'm very enamored with her.
A little unsettling. If someone had like pictures of me on their wall and like doing all sorts of recon, then just started dancing, I don't know.
A younger me, I'll tell you what. I'm asking you on a date. I tell you what. But
facts. I didn't even know you when you were that young, but I know that for certain.
Like, and I'm not even like I'll fix her kind of guy. I'm like, again, let's go.
Let's be broken together.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was. But I don't know how many people watching this is going to have the crossover that I have here of Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Uma Musume. But it's just, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the meme, the Pepe Sylvia meme of Charlie Day in front of the board. So she's got that going on. And then like also in Always Sunny at one point, Charlie Day, like there's an episode that's just hinged around him just like screaming wild card bitches. And that comes into play later. Those are the only tangents, but it was enough that I was like, I like her even more. She's canonically a little Charlie Day to me. But so her full backstory is that she was just not good. She is she only runs really well on turf, a specific kind of turf. And so she hasn't been performing well in the States. And then her coach is like, hey, you should run in the Japan Cup. It is turf like this. You will win. Like you will thrive. And so she like literally reinvented herself. She was generally normal presenting, but had someone that would like nag her, that had the stars in her eyes. And so she just created
a whole persona,
which she ends up calling her Joker mask. And I don't know, like the whole vibe is good because it's she can play the unhinged Valley Girl really well, but then there's the other level of unhinged, just chef's kiss. She's perfect character. I adore her.
It's mental illnesses all the way down.
And that's my kind of mental illness. I buy into that. But so now the players are set. In the next episode, everyone's there to race. Obey your master immediately. So you've got Obey Your Master, the American menace, who's just in Tama's head. Like she's playing buddy with her and just kind of unsettled her, and is literally like it's messing with Tama that enough that she's thinking about it even while she's running. And then Oguri and Tama, they meet. Oguri does a little fist bump to her chest. And she's like, hey, I'm winning this one. And Tama's like, nah, I am. And, you know, everyone knows they're going to win. I feel like Gold City knows she's not.
Yeah.
Poor Gold City.
I mean, I like Gold City.
I do too. She's great. And I like Gold City's interaction with...
But you knew she wasn't going to be...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, well, she was already set up as not being a contender.
Yeah.
But, like, her interactions with Ellerslie, you know, Ellerslie's like, hey, you're definitely different than how you kind of present in the pictures and stuff. And so they end up building a friendship. Everybody makes friends. I really like it. So the race gets started, and Oguri had talked to Musaka, says, hey, I want to be a pace chaser. I want to be in the front because when Tama was in the front, I could not catch her. If I was already in the front, I stand a chance. And they make a deal that they don't tell you about.
Yes.
Under one condition, which, whatever, I'm going to tell you now. It's that if shit goes south, go back to the original plan. And believe it or not, shit ends up going south. So
who would have guessed?
So the race is off. Everyone's already kind of said their piece with each other. Obey Your Master's fucked with Tama.
Yep. And
Oguri is running. She's in a good place. They kind of explain where good positions are.
Right.
And I feel like this is...
Which is really important for people that just don't know horse racing.
Well, and I feel like this is like a really like just common thing in anime where they like break down things excessively, but it's not actually excessive because you're learning things about things that you might not know about. And so like breaking down... And they narratively do it in a way where it's just like, it's Super Creek's coach teaching her, right, being like, hey, well, where would you run? And then she says where and why she would. And it's really well done, in my opinion, that they're giving us, what's the word when you just talk about things to explain what's happening in the plot?
I want to be like, oh, is it exposition?
Exposition.
There we go.
They're essentially giving exposition, but like it works within the narrative, and I kind of prefer that to just having like someone
say things at you.
Yeah, just saying things at you. Yeah. And during the race, already, Obey Your Master just smiles and waves at Tama, and I love it. And then we get the second American Menace.
Oh my God, Michelle, my baby.
Michelle, my baby, isn't just jacked. She's jacked, and in America, they're a lot pushier than in Japan, yes. And Oguri's not ready for it. Nope. So she's throwing elbows, she's stomping on feet. And Oguri is just immediately just off. She's expended a lot of stamina already just trying to deal with Michelle, my baby.
That's a whole lot of physical bullying.
It really was. I was like, oh, damn. You're going to let that happen? And so Oguri ends up falling back. This is before the Musaka has told you that was the plan all along. Yeah. And when Tama passes her, you can see that Oguri's having a hard time. And Tama and even Belno, shame on you, Belno, has already given up on Oguri. So then the plot is now focused on Tama, who is now taking the front.
Yes.
And Obey Your Master. So Tama hits the zone, does the Uma Bankai, and sprints to the front. She has unlocked her White Lightning. And this episode, which is the second to last of the arc, ends with her in the lead, clear lead. Nobody stands a chance. But then when they enter the zone, glass breaks, the reality breaks, and so the glass breaks and falls, and an eye sneaks in.
It's so good,
and it's Obey Your Masters,
so creepy.
And it's Tama is like senses the aura of it happening. It's like, what's going on? And I want to say to the commenters, nobody spoiled anything for me. Thank you, because
that's so good.
I don't.
There's nothing he hates more.
I was genuinely throughout this whole arc. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. I really had, I could have guessed, but I think I absolutely would have been wrong. And so the suspense of that, I'm like, please be Obey Your Master. I'm like, I want the unhinged girl to chase her. I want her to think she's about to get stabbed. And then the eye opening. I'm just like, yes, give it to me.
My own personal sidebar that I didn't tell you I was going to do, but the glass breaking thing, as a lifelong wrestling fan, immediately go to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Is that like what his intro was?
Yeah, like you hear glass breaking.
And again, does Uma in wrestling cross with anyone watching this?
I hope so.
I love weird intersections.
Am I the center of the Venn diagram? Is it just me that likes professional wrestling and Uma Musume?
It can't be, because professional wrestling is just anime for rednecks.
Yes.
So that was such a good episode to leave on, and I'm so glad I wasn't watching weekly, because watching weekly is my
would have driven you up the wall.
Dude, I would have called Sean.
I, however, was watching weekly.
You poor bastard. The suspense and drama in this is unmatched. It was so good. I was on the edge of my seat. So with the next episode, you've got the reveal that she's coming, and I actually think that is when they give the bulk of her backstory. And what is hers? Okay, so Tama's special move is White Lightning. Yes. Hers is Joker something. Or maybe it's just Wild Card.
I think it is.
I think Joker's Wild Card or something like that. So she is very much doing this Joker's mask spiel. Because you've got the Queen, the King. I don't remember who was who, but she said, in this race, you have the Queen, the King, but nobody was ready for the wild card, the Jack, or the Joker.
The Jack.
The Jack, the
wild card,
okay,
the Jack.
As someone who plays euchre, the Jack, I'm right.
Okay, but now we're in the Venn diagram of euchre players and Uma Musume.
But so she ends up taking she ends up starting to catch Tama. Mm-hmm. And that's where you get the inner monologue of, I know that Tama's biggest strength isn't her actual strength, it's her competitive strength. So she does a potentially illegal move. She's risking it all by cutting over so she's not running next to Tama, because Tama feeds on that. Yeah. And so she's real balls deep into the psychology.
4D chess.
She's so deep into the psychology of a gremlin that it's insane.
Game recognized game.
Game recognized game, yeah. And so they're tied neck and neck. And then you've got, now it's Tony's turn. Yes. She's like, all right, if you guys want to fuck around and you want to activate your Bankai, I'm going to do it too. And then when they do it, their eyes, there's so much color mess going on. And it looks really good. I really love it. And then so she does hers and then breaks her leg. At the end, they talk about it later, but it's just, she broke her leg and still placed 5th, which is so tough. That's so tough, dude.
She would deserve a spot on the podium.
Oh, absolutely. She there's not even the runner-up, just like the set of cojones on this girl. So, like, you get her stepping up, but then she has to back off. Yeah. So it's just like they keep you guessing. It's like, okay, now we've got another contender. Broken leg, I guess not. And so they're in the final, like, 200 meters. Tama and Obey Your Master are neck and neck. And then out of nowhere comes Cap. No one saw it coming. No one felt the aura because they were so, like, caught up with, like, what's this no-name Valley girl doing?
Right.
And this last like 200 meters, I am sitting like I'm grabbing my seat. I am like
every big race. This last 200 meters,
it's so good. It is so compelling. It is so just tense, and I'm like, Oguri's gonna do it finally. Like Oguri's coming back. She's had her losses. I love that there is a narrative to it, but I love that like everything's written in stone, so it doesn't matter even what the writer wanted to do because people have told me it's just what happened, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's just like, but I'm like, Oguri's gonna do it, and then she almost breaks the zone. She almost gets in the zone.
Starts getting the black coming from her eyes, right?
And then the shit starts cracking. She starts seeing the cracks. She starts breaking reality, and then she's like, I just can't reach them. I can't clear this gap. And then she falls back a little. She ends up winning 3rd. And then at the last minute, Obey Your Master takes the win. And I didn't see that coming. I was so hyped. I wanted her to win. I'm going to be honest. Cause again, special kind of crazy. Love it. And like, I wanted her to have that win because like the effort put in to not only learning how to race, you know, like she did the effort of racing plus the effort of creating an entire new personality.
Right. And the reaction she gives after she wins,
was so sincere.
Right. That's someone who's never been seen before being seen.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that's just like, this was the only one she could win.
Yeah.
Like her style, like this is her only race. Yeah. And like they've really like leaned into that like the way she runs, it is just particular to this, but it is nuts that it's just like to have that one specialty. And the thing that you win is like an international championship.
Yeah, like an international G1.
It's like, oh wait, you beat all the best in the world, but it's just this one thing you do really, really, really well. Otherwise, a nobody.
Hey, but they can't take that W away from you.
No, they can't. No matter what. Like you could just be asked, but they can't take an international championship, or I guess it would be an international crown away from you. Which sucks for the Japanese because Symboli Rudolph is the last person to the last domestic winner of that, and still is. But like after the fact, she approaches Tama, and like after after all the head games and stuff, just bows down and gives respect and an apology, and kind of takes off the mask. And Tama's like, well, why don't you just be yourself? And she's like, what's a Joker without her mask? And this is like my only continuity issue because she just does this. And then there's stars in her eyes again. And it's just like, what is the physiology of an Uma that they can do that? Like, I thought it was just like tell me. Just tell me.
She is the product of a CIA black bag project.
She's actually not even an Uma. She's just a changeling.
Yes, exactly.
But it was a very sincere end. And it was a very, like, after being in Tama's head so much, it was like their parting was very sweet. A lot of the international Umas ended up like kind of making friendships with each other. And then Oguri, I think they kind of address Oguri's feelings in the next episode, which I haven't started yet. Because again, I'm giving them the time they deserve instead of trying to crunch for
the whole core.
Well, crunch for
time. Crunch for... What are we looking for? What are you looking for?
I don't know. Deadline.
Oh my God.
Instead of trying to push a deadline crunch, I just wanted to go for that. So all in all...
also, you should just give space for Oguri's development. Like this arc was Obey Your Masters.
Yeah, it really was. It was Obey Your Masters, and it was... yeah, that's all. Obey Your Master and Tama. I feel like there was more play for Tama than anything else.
Super Creek.
With our intro to Super Creek. So, all in all, amazing arc. I will watch it again at some point.
I'll probably go home and watch it because I haven't
had talking about it. You're like, I need more.
Because I haven't had the chance to watch it recently because life is terrible and has kept me entirely too busy.
Well, your week this week was my week last week.
Yeah.
I was like straight 12 to 16-hour shifts, and that was you this week. Yeah. And it's so hard to get shit done. I'm technically on vacation. I'm having a staycation, which is why I was able to publish an episode, and then this is going to be published. So, thank you, PTO. But enough with our personal lives. Let us know who your favorite horse was in this arc. If you're a diehard Cap fan, if you're a diehard Tama-chan, at least let us know who your favorite international racer was. And can we just get thumbs up for Super Creek? Because, like, God, I love... she's so
adorable.
Sweet. She's so
adorable.
Sweet. In Belno. Everyone's my favorite. I'll always say that.
Everyone's his favorite all the time. It just depends on when you ask him.
Exactly. It's actually just, is this horse your favorite? Is this Uma your favorite? I'll be like, yes.
Because you have no long-term memory. It's
I don't. It's terrible. I'm like a goldfish. So if we missed anything, I feel like you guys will let us know.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate all the interaction we got last time. And
insane. Super appreciative.
And we look forward to more. So until next time, let's keep it low-key, beats.
Bye.